Okay, I had to change some video. What I'm currently doing is cleaning up my crown. Explain a little bit about what's going on. Is these pipes or tube that I use to make the radius rods are larger, pretty large, but they're not chrome moly hard. So I want to have a web in the center of them to kind of add a little more strength. Kind of purposely. I mean, would a toad have a perfect crown? I don't know. I guess it depends on how fancy the toad is. Here's my wand. So, they don't have to be perfectly identical, but I like to have them close. So, I'll put this one up here. We'll make some reference marks, and then we'll hopefully be in the ballpark. Also, what I mentioned before is I'm only welding the top at the moment. When I put this back and attach it back to the axle, to my bat wings, then I will do the bottom portion of it. Okay. Boy, what was I doing on that one? Yeah, that was my... Well, I'll tack it in there now and we'll finalize it later. But I'm just off a little bit. No sense of bending and pushing and pulling. I have an idea of what I can do to make it up later. Seems how I haven't welded the bottom on it to pinch it. It could take like a piece of strap, and that would kind of look like a lower band maybe of the crown. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That's what we'll do. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and tack the top for now. Kind of grind down some of my bumps. We'll go from there. Alright, we'll flip her over. It has a gap in it, but like I said, we'll fix that later. We'll make like a headband thing. We're gonna set that over here and let her cool off for a while. Put the ends back on it. Alright, that's enough for the big welder for today. Wonder if my helper's gonna come back. The co-builder. Because today is top day. I like to get this top, well, today and tomorrow, get this top kind of rounded up. I think I'm going to tilt this side to me, do some more welding on that passenger side top. Trying to think of what was taking her so long, but I have an idea what's taking her so long. She wanted to go through that video where I just about broke my arm. See if I can win the $10,000 America's Funniest Videos. Might be enough for now. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work. I guess what I should do is just go ahead and zip up, at least that's my plan. I'm going to keep zipping up whatever I can close up here on the top. This is 16 gauge or 14, could be 14. I think it's 16 gauge steel on this top here. And these are, well, these back corners are a fender. This is more, I think this is another piece of 16 here. These are a top of a car, a hood from a 58 Plymouth or something like that, I think. Also pieces of the back bonnet were made out of. So this Saturday morning we started out with a nice 87 degrees. Slowly. Well, I mean, 87 degrees, probably 95% humidity. Which is not bad for the environment, I guess, for the plants and the trees and stuff here on the farm. keeps everybody growing. Put these arm stuff on so I don't speckle myself with burns all the time. I think I'm gonna be changing out a bottle here in a minute. We'll see, we'll make another pass here. Again, what I do is I just go through about every inch or so. I'll lay down a tack and move on so she doesn't get too stretchy in one spot. What you're not seeing here is there's actually 3 pieces of metal. The 2 top pieces of metal are being joined together. Underneath is a 3rd member, a steel support that goes underneath this seam from front to back on the car. And it all combines into the roll bars to add the top strength. In case it was to roll, I guess. That's just how he had planned on having it, and that's how she's been designed. All right, whole bunch of welding, blip, blip, blip. We'll stop for now. Getting her weldered in. Grind her down and smooth her off. Alright, welcome to Road Tote Garage. What I'm doing today is I finished yesterday pretty much welding up the top. It's in there solid. The only thing I might have to do is what we typically do when we have supports. I will try blobbing some type of, I don't know, we've used liquid nail. I could use some of the tiger hair Bondo body filler stuff in there. What that does, it just helps it, keeps it from doing that. Top looks pretty decent, actually. Pretty decent. We're a little crooked because right now I got one side up higher than the other. I'll try to get the rear end brought around, sit in there. And so, voila. Rotisserie. Just as simple. That thing worked fantastic, all except for the one roll off the blocks. Well, like I said, I think fix that would be, make that blocks probably about another, well, 2 foot would probably be plenty. So you can't get enough over center of the wheels if there's a little bit of friction problem and zip out. So next thing is I'll grab a couple foam blocks here so I don't ding up my paint. Which the paint's probably going to get scratches on it anyway, but no sense of egging it on. Yes, it was planned. I specifically calculated the trajectory and that forward momentum to anticipate its perfectly longitudinal positioning. I need to pull that roller tray out for me when I lift up the side of the rear end, right? And then slip this underneath the rear end. One side.
And I need to pull the tray out and then put the jack under.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll have to put the jack not directly underneath the center, but kind of forward a little bit to balance out the center yoke thing.
Well, you'll be able to tell me where.
Yeah.
Does not want to come out.
Well, I don't understand what the hell's on it.
Further?
No, hold on a second. I just need to
For a second?
Yeah.
Sorry. I did it as fast as I could.
I know, sweetheart. All right, go ahead and jack it up. I put the springs on the rotisserie wheels, the arms sticking out.
Okay.
So they're kind of on there sideways. Where I just slice those ends, don't touch them yet.
Yeah.
They were kind of warm.
Hot. They're still hot?
Yes.
Okay.
They're warm. So I'm reinstalling the fenders so I can double check my wheel spacing and alignment, and then I can come back around, set my blocks, my stopping blocks for the rear end.
I don't understand why they don't like Like this side I can tell doesn't look right, but the other side looks right. To me.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So I don't understand that.
Well, I don't either.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to see who is not doing what they should be doing.
And it could be the fender, not the rear end.
Correct. So, before we march too much farther forward, we got to figure that out. That's pretty close, 22 inches.
So then the fender's
Could be the fender.
wonky.
Let's go ahead and just lay this down.
It seems like the back of the fender's okay. But like right in here, seems like it takes off.
Well, remember there were some differences in the fenders when we did it. Like this part here. See this side I could almost live with.
That side's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like at the peak, at the top of the fender on the passenger side, it just looks like it dives in towards the car.
Almost, it looks like if I was to pull this front out of here, you know what I'm talking about? If I was to basically pull this front out a little bit, and then we might have to re-radius this, we would be closer. Because we knew this lip here was off compared to the other side. That's like 2 inches. And the other side's probably 2.5-ish. About 3 inches. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll just fix it. We'll double check the tires and the rear end and stuff tomorrow. And then if that is the case, if it is where it needs to be, we just make the fender fit.
Yeah.
It's tacked anyway. I'd be a little more upset if it was finished.
Oh, well, yeah. No.
But no, it'll be fine. We'll just do what we have to do to get it to fit where it needs to fit and go from there. Because we want the rear end to track straight.
Yeah.
We'd like the car to drive straight down the road.
Yeah.
Be a plus, wouldn't it, Betty?
Be helpful.
Wouldn't it? Huh? You want to see it go straight down the road. Yeah.
I'm curious if our running board's going to be affected.
The only effect that will be of the running boards would be
Because I feel like you're going to have to...
the width, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to say I did something on those, on the very ends to bring it in. So it may be just adjusting that little flip.
Okay.
See a 5/6, what is this? See a 5/16, looks like it. Doing a couple mount holes, what I'm doing. So I think I might mount it to the wheel well on one side.
Okay.
Me one of our